Please subscribe.
Car advance from one model age to next comes in little additions. When was the last time a standard vehicle's substitution brought right around 40% more torque, very nearly 85% more power, and an unheard of dimension of range? It doesn't occur. Except if you are discussing the Kia Soul EV, a standout amongst the most mainstream electric vehicles available. The Kia Soul has dependably been an idiosyncratic, wagonish hybrid with a great deal of character. It's difficult to confuse it with some other vehicle. What's more, that is still particularly the case with a third-age Soul, which gives the premise to this new EV variation. Each Soul has turned out to be somewhat greater, and the respectably overhauled appearance is altogether uncluttered, conveying the symbolic Soul structure into the following decade. The modernized appearance is underscored by the EV's slender, cutting-edge headlights and a C-column including a sharp balance theme. The EV form, which we took for an all-encompassing drive on its Korean home turf, is more separated from the fuel-controlled adaptation than previously, set apart outwardly from the customer's Soul by a painted plastic addition rather than a front grille, its very own lower set of LED lighting units, and restyled belts at the two closures. As previously, the EV sports unmistakable air-style wheels, presently 17 creeps in breadth, up 1 inch from 2019. Contrasted with the ultra-clean outside, the inside falls to some degree level. We might want to see a portion of the craziness of the outside, or if nothing else of the main Gen Soul, which had an idiosyncratic yet ergonomic dashboard that set it apart from most different vehicles. We observe this inside to be a bit excessively traditional, yet there are fascinating shading and lighting impacts and an ever-explicit, cutting-edge move by wire handle to choose drive, reverse, or neutral positions. The EV gets its own adaptation of Kia's UVO infotainment framework and a 10.3-inch touchscreen. It consolidates a plenty of essential capacities and data relating to the charging and battery status, charging station refreshes, book charging capacities, and the capacity to design an excursion outside the vehicle and send the data, including waypoints, to the vehicle's route framework. At the point when it's an ideal opportunity to get in the driver's seat and go, this second-gen Soul EV truly sparkles. It is fueled by a front-mounted lasting magnet synchronous AC electric engine that sends an incredible 201 strength and 291 pounds-to-foot of torque to the front wheels. It is as such with such earnestness that it takes genuine practice not to screech the tires each time you quicken out of a corner or head out from a stop sign. The noteworthy torque is accessible from a halt, and it doesn't let off up to 3,600 revolutions per minute. Greatest power is conveyed somewhere in the range of 3,800 and 8,000 revolutions per minute. This is the equivalent drivetrain that moves both Kia's own, all the more routinely styled Niro EV and the Hyundai Kona EV. The moment to work and the single-speed direct-drive transmission transform the Soul EV into a flat-out stormer on twisty two-path streets, where passing moves need zero planning. At the point when a hole opens, you essentially go. The sensation is sufficiently able to change over numerous a doubter to the ethics of electric versatility. Indeed, even with the inside inclination frightfully calm and very much detached, we anticipate that the run should 60 miles per hour to occur in 7.0 seconds. That is a major improvement over the 9.7 seconds the past model recorded in our tests. The Soul EV hits the speed center discernibly. It feels as though it needs to continue onward, yet in light of a legitimate concern for range, it bodes well to stop the surge directly there. What may shield you from pushing too hard is the suspension, which accentuates comfort over deftness while growing the vehicle's general capacities with its recently free multi-link back suspension supplanting the previous shaft hub. At an expected 3,750 pounds, the Soul EV is an overwhelming little vehicle, and it's taller than, state, a Volkswagen e-Golf EV. At the point when pushed actually hard, the Kia will in general roll discernibly. There is some understeer at the point of confinement, and you learn not to take things excessively far. The guiding doesn't give a huge amount of criticism. However, you additionally figure out how to play with the regenerative stopping mechanism, which ranges from for all intents and purposes unending drifting when killed totally to sharp deceleration in the most forceful mode, which considers the one-pedal driving capacity wanted by numerous EV fans. This new Soul EV goes far to satisfy EV devotees. Actually, it is evaluated at 243 miles of range in the official EPA cycle. However, we discovered it was not hard to better that gauge. That is an immense improvement over the 2019 Soul EV, with its minor 109 drive and 111 miles of EPA evaluated go. The new model's 64.0 kWh battery pack with DC quick charge ability has enough hold for any around and close town undertakings, and we can envision doing some long separate travel along courses where the charging framework permits. Reasonableness is another solid suit of the new Soul EV. Its roomy inside has agreeable space for 4 grown-ups, and the variable trunk is sufficiently huge to hold gear and perishables for generally trips. Also, those cumbersome charging links, obviously. The new Kia Soul EV explicitly focuses on the Chevrolet Bolt EV. Not just has the Kia completely made up for lost time with the specs of GM's putting forth, it likewise surpasses them in components, for example, construct quality. Like its Nero stablemate, be that as it may, the Soul EV will be offered just in the 13 states where California outflows measures apply, while the Bolt EV is accessible across the country. In those business sectors, in any case, it's adequate to fill in as an option for the individuals who can't be tried to hang tight for the passage-level adaptations of the Tesla Models 3 and Y. Evaluating is as yet undisclosed, however we anticipate that it should be estimated marginally higher than the past model, which began at $33,145, with the EV Plus demonstrate at $36,800. There will be 2 trim dimensions, as previously, however the upscale one drops the past EV Plus identification for another designer collection assignment. We hope to see the Soul EV available before the year's end.